on Illustrated Booru Post. Anonymous 31. You know, it almost like abusers aren't humans. Humans, at least, those with fully functioning brains, aka hug boxers, see tiny little cute creature and have an instinct to care for them. To give them the love, care, and food is something so easy for humans to do. But for fluffies, it's a life-changing experience.
Thank you for nice upsies for Mama and babies. Mama.
The virgin hug boxer needs brain to be fully functional to write angry Booru Post. Bought sketty cans. Fluffies don't even come to his house. Once asked by a fluffy, "Why, mister, never has special friend?" The chat abuser doesn't need a brain to enjoy abuse. Left humanity behind. Personal Italian chef makes spaghetti on demand. Finds ferals to eat it in front of. For humans, it's a matter of opening your pantry door, grabbing that can of spaghetti way in the back that you're never going to eat, and feeding it to a fluffy. But to that fluffy, it's like giving them life. Food, already so hard to obtain for fluffies due to the severe danger of asking humans for it, is like a gift from the heavens, and a symbol that something actually cares for them and is concerned for their general well-being. So when you take this fluffy mother, who already had her legs taken from her, probably for making an accident poopies on the floor, and force her to watch as her 5 babies, her 5 little, tiny bundles of joy and hope, while stuck in a house, living constant terror of someone who she once considered her daddy, it goes to show that people who hurt these little fluffies, aka abusers, simply don't have a fully functioning brain. The proof is in of itself. This next part, I am speaking to you abusers.
Hey there, babies. Mama's here.
Think about what happens before, during, and after this picture. It starts with a fluffy mama, encircled by her 5 teeny tiny loving babies, who she wants nothing else than to give love, food, and care to. And then, during her exhausting job of making sure each baby was happy and content, made even harder because you fucking cut off her legs, she's too busy to notice one of her babies.
Babies love Mama. Sweet Mickey. They grow big and strong.
A tiny baby who, given how it looks like they just opened their eyes, wanted to explore the world around him. So he walked off, unbeknownst to the mother, filled with excitement and happiness as being able to finally take in the sights of the room, his loving mama, and his brothers and sisters.
So pretty. Everything's so pretty. Baby spoil. Lucky.
And then, not more than a few hours old, he is unable to contain his tiny body and makes poopies on the floor. Now, given how you abusers don't have a fully functioning brain, don't deny it, I've proved it. Let me remind you that this is a fluffy baby, hours old. His little tiny mind is focused on but a few things: the love, milkies, and huggies that he's receiving from his mama, his symbol of warmth and protection. So, as he's exploring, he develops another focus: poopies.
Oh, tummy funny. Icky. Miss me pretty. Them poopies.
Again, hours old and untrained. Because you're too much of a lazy cunt to do so. He needs to relieve himself. So he does. because he couldn't possibly imagine someone getting mad at him for that. He's just a little baby. So he's done, and he waddles back to his mother for more love and milkies after his exploration. I'm guessing that's about time when you come in and turn off the part of your brain responsible for reason and emotions. You see that one of the little babies made a poopies on the floor, something they are untrained and inexperienced with.
Not pretty, but tell me if it's good now. Oh, Mickey's. Oh, Mama Mickey's.
It's at this point that a normal human, again, you abusers call them hug boxers, would find the one who made the poopies and give him a nice, warm, but not too hot bath, gently cleaning him so that he smells nice and clean before returning him to his mother, explaining the situation, and help her peacefully teach these tiny things how to use the litter box. But you things, you abusing fucktards, decided to take all the babies, collect them in a box, and rip the tiny weggies of each and every one of them while a crying mother is forced to watch. Let me tell you, because no doubt you have the intelligence to comprehend what you just did to those little tiny fluffy babies. You just ruined their lives. Each and every one of them, including the mother, physically, emotionally, and psychologically, destroyed them, crushed any hope or happiness they may have had left, or had in the future. Physically, you tore off each and every leg off of each and every baby without regard for who the culprit even was. You subjected living creatures just hours old, with happiness and love on their mind, to one of the most excruciatingly painful procedures that any living thing can go through. You tore their legs straight off their bodies. You can't even imagine the pain that caused them.
Baby, not even do that, baby, ever.
Little, tiny babies shouldn't even have to experience so much as a sprained hoof, and you ripped off all their legs, crying and screaming due to the intense pain. There really isn't even a word to describe how much pain they were in, and the fact that they were just little tiny babies. You have given them a pain that no living thing, especially something as cute and innocent as a fluffy, should ever have to experience. You rendered them immobile, and most likely in pain for the rest of their lives. Emotionally, along with the physical pain that you undeservingly brought upon 5 little tiny baby creatures, was the emotional pain that they experienced. Scared out of their minds as they watched themselves and their siblings get their legs ripped right off their bodies for absolutely no reason. Sadness, crying, and screaming for the pain to stop. Horror as they realized it was their own dada. And, in the case of the mother, heartache as she watched her babies, her little bundles of fluffy joy, reduced to the same miserable fate that she has experienced. Psychologically, possibly the worst pain and torment of all is the psychological pain you inflicted upon these little babies. These were tiny creatures, hours filled with hope, love, happiness, and warm bellies of mama's milk. Dreams and hopes for the future raced through their little minds as they played, hugged, and loved each other while being cared for by their mother. And then, suddenly having their little waggies taken from them, they realized what was going to happen. With no weggies, they were going to be reduced to nothing more than living, hollow shells of former Fluffy. They may not even consider themselves Fluffies anymore, just little balls of fluff confined to a life of immobility. No more huggies, no more playing, no more running, not even walking. They were never going to be able to even walk ever again, and all because of something that one of them did, and who did so unwillingly, unable to control his tiny body at such a young stage in life.
Baby, I'm a fish. Don't get you.
They were destroyed psychologically as they realized that no other Fluffies would ever mingle with them again. They were dumb at babies who didn't even have waggies and that were never going to have a chance. Depression, anxiety, rejection, dejection, even continual trauma was going to impact these little Fluffies their entire lives.
Eddie's dummy, no wiggy, Fluffy. Hate you. Go away. Dummy, no wiggy, Fluffy, go away. Okay, let's decide hoopsies.
Even if you get rid of them to a shelter, Fluffies know that adoption chances severely go down with amputees. They may never be loved again, never see a warm house, good nummies, huggies, or even love ever again, and that's all they've ever really wanted. They just wanted love, and now they may never get it, just more pain and humiliation confined to the litter box the rest of their lives.
Nice way to pick, baby. Ugh, being your mama and pretty flying baby and Buffy.
Here you go.
Love sushi, nummies. Thank you, Mama.
You destroyed these little Fluffies, whose life had just begun. For what? They made poopies on the floor because you failed to teach them otherwise? And yes, the mother could have taught them, but thanks to you cutting off her legs, she can't even take herself to the litter box. So how could she have taught her foals? And if you would have helped her feed the ones that didn't have a teat to get milk from by feeding them from a bottle, she maybe could have had the time and energy to teach them all. So you see, this is all your fault. All your fault.
Little Mama. Rub, rub, and play. Rub, little Mama. Ugh.
You caused these little creatures to suffer your own punishment, and now their lives have been catastrophically destroyed in all aspects. Unloved, confined to a litter box in a small cage in the shelter, covered in poopies, dirt, and grime, with the memories of when they still had their waggies being one of the sources of happiness they still have left.
I'm dummy, Bobby. Not deserve love or anything. What that?
So once again, and for a final time, I ask, was it worth it?